My notion of art is a mixture of purity and trash. Art is relative, like painting. You can find pictures and words and music and songs in a canvas. How closely they are related. Wow. Most of my poems reflect the myriad tunes of loneliness and sadness and poignancy of our lives in exile. They contain my experiences, observations, and gentle fragility of this time. There are millions of people like me. Every one of us tries to build a home in his or her own heart. It is not that easy.
China has encouraged Chinese migration into Tibet, making Tibetans a minority in their own country. Chinese is the language of schooling and business, disadvantaging Tibetans and threatening their mother tongue. Thriving tourism, infrastructure, and construction projects in Tibet primarily award jobs to Chinese migrants. Tibetans have no automatic right to a Chinese passport, making international travel difficult and often impossible. Fortunately, many have and continue to manage to escape and are living safely in exile. Over 80,000 Tibetans, led by the religious and temporal leader, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, have fled Chinese occupation of their country and established a refugee community in Dharamsala, India.
Since we wake up early in the morning, the first thing we pray and doing lots of mantra and doing lots of prostration is part of our life, because we believe if we do this, it's like earning the good things in this life. For myself, every day I do at least 1 hour mantras in the morning, and also in the evening I do some prayer, small prayer with mala, and also go around with the temple to bring good lucks.
My aunt encouraged me to first join in a monastery, but later she made a decision to send me to Tibetan schools here in India established by the Dalai Lama. So while after reaching Nepal, we stayed there for a few days and then just directly came to India. I had this taste of India, which is holy and divine, the place where Buddha once got enlightened. So felt so happy when reaching here, and then directly joined Tibetan schools from Dharamsala. We are here actually not as a tourist or more like a foreigner to India. We are refugee trying to keep alive of our culture, our tradition, our like identity most of all. Currently, I involve myself in small projects in theater, and also now I have some pocket money from my book, and this is how I survive.
This picture is after I came to India in a year in 2007. So this also looks, that time I look more younger and look much handsome. And wow, this picture I'm in full Tibetan traditional dress, and I'm holding a mala. Every time when I look this, it reminds me I was in Tibet and all the memories from this picture. So I love this picture so much. This whole picture, and it shows me all the memories from the past, and all these pictures give me some new feeling in my heart that I can do lots of things in the future, and also it gives me some strength and love and everything. Picture in Tibet at front of the Potala Palace, and with my brother in the year 1998 and February. So these pictures I only have the memory from Tibet, and then I feel like this picture also gives me some strong feeling that I will go back again to Tibet in one day soon in the future.
Can I start?
Yeah.
May you live for eons and eons, Your Holiness. I feel like crying when you sigh in your old monk robe, when you chuckle like an innocent child. Your spirit, a humble man. I feel like crying when I see your portrait in the barber's shop and see every rupee the barber earns is blessed by you. I feel like crying when you speak words of hope and give us the taste of a different reality. Millions around the world become more open-minded when they see the peace bird flying high in the sky, singing its songs of love and compassion. I feel like crying when you show immense respect to the religious brothers and sisters of our time. People in Tibet celebrate your birthday behind closed doors and veiled curtains in secrecy, fearful of spooky shadows spying like spiders on the wall. I feel like crying when the burning martyrs call out your name before dying. I feel like crying when I hear you say that your religion is kindness.
My childhood time was kind of like more about where the destinations take you. So I came from Tibet in 1907, and then I got enrolled in TCV school, and I studied up to class 8, and then I became monk, and I disrobed in 2010. My parents sent me with a group from our village in Tibet. So I came with a small group from our village, and we escaped from Tibet to Nepal and then to India. So it was really very hard journey, and I was lucky. I was very small at that time. So the group members in our group, they took really good care of me. So they put me in the best care. So I was so lucky. I didn't face so much problems like some of the Tibetans they face on their way while they're coming crossing the borders.
Tibet, land of snow peaks and snow lions, nomads, winged horses and yaks, yogis and lamas, copper and gold, high plateaus and deep river valleys. A fountain of life providing water for billions of people all over Asia. Dearly loved land woven with a unique rich cultural heritage, religion and language, waiting, longing, courageously and peacefully fighting for freedom, for human rights and the return of His Holiness the Dalai Lama.
My dances, I think, is related to lots of feeling from the Tibet, and I always have to keep my culture alive. So I'm dancing my own style for traditional dance, like my hometown dance. Also, sometimes when I'm dancing, I find out some new steps from heart. It suddenly came out just like magic. So then I feel the art has a lot of meaning. So the most important things you always have to believe yourself, you always have to trust your own. So then it comes the most the pure and the honest and the good arts from yourself.
About my family, my parents, they're my parents. I didn't actually meet my parents. I didn't see them. I have a very pixelated image of my mother making a paperboard. And other than that, I don't have any idea about my mother or father. I was mainly brought up by my aunt. Sometimes in life, when I was roaming and wandering, lost, and totally disorder to the actual path, then along the way some friends come, they give ideas, suggestions, share their hearts. So they're kind of family here in exile, friends for me.
When I was young, we always have this of course people will make propaganda, like they brainwash, oh, you are from Tibet, you have to go back to Tibet, like this. Now I no more feel that I have to go back to Tibet. I can live anywhere in the world, So my purpose in life is to fight for justice wherever it is possible, wherever there is injustice, I want to fight, because we are oppressed. That's why we are speaking out. Only difference is we are not taking arms, we are not doing blowing up people or killing people, not like this. We are through dialogue, and it is because of our culture and particularly our spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama. He says no use killing people. No, you kill one, maybe they will kill you 10. So what's the point? No point. So he said try to make dialogue. So we wait. We have been very patient. We will see. But if people ask me, oh Lobsang, you want to go to Tibet, if it becomes free or it becomes independent, whatever is the case, I'm not sure yet. So I will see.
This poem I wrote to China's leaders, just to tell them to be more human-like, yeah. To China's leaders.
I am the son, the grandson of the people you thought were barbarians, the people you treated as monkeys. Having travelled miles, leaving fear, innocence, leaving near ones and mother's milk, we are far away with him. 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. He will be in his 90s soon. Will you be there at that time? You have your fears too, don't you? You have your longings, your loved ones. Do you miss your mother? The flames were burning, the flesh alight. Did you see with your own eyes, hidden behind your mask? Often in my sadness I could not cry. In my happiness I could not laugh. I only know forgiveness has its place, not just from a Buddhist point of view. So many losses, you might as well know this. Deep down, it never broke us. The strength you stirred in us grew with our patience. We are still fearless. We can sing a song of compromise to you, for we are the phoenix. Someday we will rise. Today's light is shrouded by mist. Tomorrow's light seems far away. There will be a sunny day soon. Our homeland for us lives only in the fragments of imagination and memories. Friends, when you travel to visit my land, please say hello to the mastiffs and Papsos, though they might bark back at you, even bite. Yeah, I'd have to read it through a few more times, I think, but it's quite, it stirs the imagination of the feeling of the Tibetan people. Yeah, it's interesting.
We are here at the Dalai Lama temple, a gateway to the Dalai Lama's residence and his temple. And these are the portraits of Tibetan martyrs, Tibetan heroes. All of these young people, most of them, they self-immolated for the past several years, and see some of them younger than me, and with such kind of courage they self-immolated. And right now the self-immolation number is around 147, and most of them self-immolated in the hope of bringing the Dalai Lama back to Tibet. And while seeing them, I feel kind of little cold within, because it's a tragedy that happened to our own people. Sangye Druma, age 17, place of self-immolation, Repgon. And this one is Phuntsok, age 26, place of self-mission, Sangchu Pora. They feel more responsibility and they are more aware of our cause. Even though like education in Tibet is kind of pretty restricted, but these young people, they are very, I don't know, it shows how much responsibility they are taking for our own cause, for the struggle of Tibet. Yeah, so we have to respect them from the bottom of our heart.
Tibetans charged with separatism, acts intended to divide or damage the Chinese state, can face sentences up to and including the death penalty. Even children face abuses of their freedom and human rights. Writers, singers, artists and teachers are jailed for celebrating Tibetan national identity and for any criticism of Chinese rule.
Sometimes we have to cross like snow mountains because snow is very high and sun is very strong. So most of us, we don't have proper gloves and the shoes and sunglasses. So then we have heavy luggage, and also the most difficult is for the small child and older people. They couldn't cross the like mountain, so we have to pull each other by hand, and some of them push behind the like back. So then we finally managed to cross that mountain. And the next day, once we went up, I noticed most of us, we had a snow blanket from the snow. Some of them cannot see our left eyes, some of them cannot see both of eyes. Some of have some problems with their ears, and then the fingers, the nails. Then we decided to have rest on that day, full of rest. Then everyone's are like getting more and more exciting because now we are getting close to see His Holiness Dalai Lama.
This photo, it's in front of the Potala Palace, and I think this photo is very kind of personally, it's precious to me. I can feel some good feelings while seeing it. And this is with my sister, and I don't know, this might be quite near to one of the monasteries we took this photo. Our class flag, and it's written, "Unity is victory of nation."
The last time I said love to my parents was the time I depart from them. And I don't remember whether I said love you or not, but that was the time when I had a warm hug from my parents. Yeah, and then after coming to India, becoming a refugee and going through lots of journeys in my life, the meaning of love keeps on changing.
I began rewriting my incomplete poem for you. I will be back soon, Acha. It might take a year or even 2, 5 years at the most. I will be back. I don't belong here. I just don't belong here. I'm only a wanderer. I am a lost soul. I remember sleeping with those letters you sent me from home. You said you would come to meet me after several years. It's been 15 now, 15 years of my life. Without seeing you even once, do I have to say no worries? I have a heart like an ocean though. My soul can easily swim in there. This ocean is where my feelings hover. This ocean is where we once swam together. But the fate of the tide is how my life is. Sometimes rising, sometimes falling. And that is my definition of happiness. This is the passage of life for me. But I miss you, Aja.
Scholar Antu Gompotashi. So he's the first Tibetan army leader, which is organized in Tibet during the Chinese when they attack in Tibet. So they fight back to the China. At that time, he's the leader of this what we say. Actually, this organization called Chushu Kantuk. Chushi means four river. Gangtuk means it's like the what we say. Gangtuk means it's 6 mountains. So this organization, he's a leader. So he's the one man who take the Dalai Lama to India.
The China occupation of Tibet is a very far history, because the freedom is lost. There are million Tibetan peoples. We are not only one persons. In the future, we are thinking we get freedoms and we can settle in Tibet back. But we are not sure. We are not nothing. We are small persons. Tibetan life is in India is a refugee. We are staying in a refugee life, and we are staying in a poor life. We are not very aggressive to stay in Tibet, in India, because our language, culture is very different. So it's not same, So we are not matching with the culture and language.
And every Tibetan here in exile, they have this passport. And I also have this, because we are not citizens of India, we are citizens of Tibet, Republic of Tibetan. So our country is right now under China's control. So we are here in India and we have this registration certificate. This will allow us to stay here temporarily in India. So we have to renew this passport every year. And if we don't renew that, then it's a big problem for every Tibetan. So they have to every time have to register and renew this on time.
So it's 70 years, between 70 years, we are working too much in India. We are road managers, our parents, working on the roads, working on the field.
It's just my dream, just very, very good. Sometimes good dream, they need fun job, Sometimes inside tension. Many people to coming to why you're asking money, to other people, with some others boys or Tibetan people, sister or brothers. I think this is very bad condition, That's good. Yeah, difficult, yeah. Difficult, yeah.
Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not us to see. Que sera, sera. When I grew up and fell in love, I asked my sweetheart, what will I be? Will we have rainbows?
Tibet issue is not an issue about Tibet. It's not issue about the Tibetans. It's not issue about Buddhists. I think it's issue about all humanity. Because if we don't care about the Tibet issue, one I think one of the biggest and the most preserved philosophy language will be lost if that kind of subject and very good knowledge is lost from the world. Is a huge loss for all the humanity. So the Tibet issue is not about Tibetans, it's about all the humanities.
The real freedom is like, when you are free from all these delusions. Yeah? Sure. What you see, you think is real, but actually it's not real. From this kind of freedom I want. And when you get this kind of freedom, you are omnipresent. You don't have to travel. You think you are there. You think you are there. I think Thailand, I'm there, I think like Hawaii, I'm there. I think Chile, I'm there, like that. So then you become like an energy, like boom, you are everywhere, You don't need this like passport, or you don't need money even, to go there. You are there.
Facing the destruction of their culture and religion, Tibetans had a duty which far transcended the need to keep body and soul together, a duty to nurture a whole civilization in exile. With help from concerned governments, the UN Commission for Refugees, humanitarian organizations, and philanthropic individuals on the one hand, and the sheer tenacity of the Tibetans themselves on the other hand.
So that's kind of my life here.